Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and tonight I have a Tuesday tip for you. It is using the Gleaming Ornament Punch, which is part of my featured stamp set for this month, which is the Christmas Gleaming Bundle. We're going to use the Ornament Punch to create the Eclipse technique. So let me get started here. I just want to make sure that we are live, and then I'll switch the camera. I'll remember to switch the camera so that you can see what I'm doing, and we'll get started on tonight's technique. Good deal. Hi Judy, thanks for letting me know you are on. I appreciate that, and we can get started. I have to make sure I'm frozen on my screen. Let's make sure we're not frozen here. It is freezing here in Michigan, and they're talking snow. It looks good. So we are going to be doing the Eclipse technique. This is the card that I'm going to be showing you how to create, and this is the Eclipse part of the card. It's just raised up. You can raise it up, or if you want to, you can move it just a little bit off center and get that double, like when the moon does the eclipse, how you can kind of see the two side by side just barely. You have that option, or you can do it right over top. So before we do the eclipse part, I'm going to do this part right here, which is embossed with the hammered metal embossing folder, which is part, I paired it with my featured stamp set for this month. But in order to have our words on here and emboss, you need to stamp first and then emboss, because you cannot stamp on that bumpy surface. And I thought it turned out really well. Sometimes when you stamp and then run it through an embossing folder, the words get a little distorted, but it didn't. I was happy with how that turned out. I paired the featured stamp set, which is the Christmas Gleaming Bundle. You get the big ornament and then the smaller ornament in the bundle with the stamp set. I paired it with last month's featured stamp set, which is the Perfectly Plaid. You could easily do the same technique that I'm going to show you with the Christmas Tree Punch, but since this month is the Christmas Gleaming, I went with this month's Ornament Punch, but I did bring in the Wrapped in Plaid Designer Series paper. I'm going to change up my plaid. I'm going to go with a little bit more green in it. This is that shaded spruce. Love that. But before I start that, I'm going to do this part right here. So you want your cardstock flat, just cut to size, and then I'm going to come in with the Merry Christmas. This also is part of last month's featured stamp set. It's the Perfectly Plaid. I just liked that sentiment. I thought it went well with the card, so I went with it. And we'll bring in the shaded spruce, which is the green of choice. I've been using this a lot last month and this month. It's going to stamp our Merry Christmas just like that. And now we're going to put it in the hammered embossing folder, hammered metal embossing folder. And you see where the Stampin' Up! Logo is? You want to put your stamped image down towards that logo. And then we're going to run it through the Big Shot. So let me bring that in. I love this embossing folder. It's just beautiful. And I used it I think it was last week, Thursday, I did that faux quilt technique, and that's the same folder I used for that. So that we have, see how, didn't that turn out gorgeous? That's going to be on our card. And then to do the Eclipse part, what you're going to do is take the bigger punch, the bigger ornament, I should say. And we're just going to come in here, push it all the way in, and punch. I just want to make sure that I have enough to cut out with my oval. And then we're going to come in with the oval. Before I do that, I want my piece, my ornament, to be a little bit thicker. I want it stiffer so that it stays up very nice. So I took a piece of, you can see this was from the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper. It comes in the back of the pack. It's a little thicker type cardboard. And I want 2 of those. And I'm going to glue these all together. And that's just going to give us a nice thicker ornament for our Eclipse technique. So I'm just going to glue these all together. I think my glue is just about out. And if you just pick them up and push them together, you get a nice thick ornament for the Eclipse. So I'm going to just set that aside to dry. While that's drying, I'm going to cut this out with my oval. So you just want to center your oval over that, and we're going to die cut that out. So I'm going to bring in the Big Shot once again. I should be able to do the 6x6 piece in, line up my oval. That looks good. Put my plate over top. And then we're going to run that through. Love the wrapped in plaid paper. Who says you can't use wrapped in plaid for the ornaments? Plaid ornaments are gorgeous. So the base of my card is the shaded spruce, 4 1/4 by 11. Fold that in half. Because we ran this through the embossing folder and texturized it, we're going to glue it. Now you'll see my oval that I'm going to place this on was die cut out of the middle. You might as well use that up because you're going to cover it up anyway. That would be just a waste if you didn't use that. So we're going to go ahead and attach all these together. Now you can do this Eclipse technique with, I've seen it done with words. I don't have any word dies right now at the moment, so I couldn't do it with the words. But you can do it with punches, you can do it with framelits, you can do it with printed paper, you can stamp up a background and then punch it with whatever framelit punch that you want to use to do the Eclipse technique. That looks pretty good. Now we'll stick it to our card front. So there's lots of options for doing the Eclipse technique. It does not have to be a punch. It doesn't have to be a framelit. It can be an alphabet die set. We're going to attach our Designer Series paper here to our gold scallop piece, like so. That is going to be stuck flush on the front of our card because we want to pop up our eclipsed piece. So we're going to stick that right in the center. That looks good just like that. Now you can stick it straight up the center like I did on my sample here, or you can just pop it up just a little bit off. Maybe I'll do that tonight just to get that more unique eclipse look. So I'm going to pop that up, If you don't want to use the double the cardboard, you could use 2 layers of the dimensionals to pop it up. You just want to get it nice and raised. So I'm going to just do it a tad off center on this one so you can really see that eclipse. Isn't that cool? I love the look of that. Then to finish it off, I used the Glimmer. I think this is what that is. This is Shimmer Gold. This is from the Christmas Time is Here collection that is only available the month of November. And it's while supplies last. It's got gorgeous rose stamp set. It's a bundle. The paper, if you haven't seen it yet, check out my blog. I have it on there. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to use this gorgeous ribbon. And Dean's Bow Maker, which you can get your very own bow maker on my blog as well. My blog is www.thestampcamp.com. And you can buy one of Dean's Bow Makers. There's a link on there. I'm a little short on my ribbon here, but that's all right. And take that off and see how it creates that beautiful double bow every time. When you get Dean's Bow Maker, there is a link to a video so you can watch over and over. There's lots of different bows that you can tie with his bow maker, and each bow has a video. All right, is in the video, I should say. Now I'm going to use some glue dots here. And we're going to stick that on. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. Then to finish it off, I have these gold glimmer dots. They're kind of reminding me of page pebbles. They don't stick up quite as high as the faceted gems. They're a little flatter, so maybe for mailing you might like these a little bit better. And they also have a shimmer and a shine like dazzling diamonds in them. So pretty, and they are self-stick. So I just did 3, 1, 2, 3, and let's put all of that one. And here, I'll get my thing for the smaller one. This one lost a little bit of the adhesive. There we go. All fixed. Perfect. So that is my tip and technique for tonight. It is called the Eclipse. So which do you like better? A little off center or directly on? I think they're both gorgeous. Love that. Do you like more red? Do you like the more green? What do you think? I think they're both beautiful. Make sure to comment, like, and share my video if you liked what I had to show you tonight. And then make sure to check out my blog post on Sunday to see who the lucky winner of tonight's card is. Again, my blog is www.thestampcamp.com. With a minimum $50 order and the use of this hostess code, you will receive the PDF file for all of my featured stamp set for this month's projects. So that is every Thursday night, and then I've featured one on November 1st. So that is it for tonight. Thanks for stopping by.